Will we see interest rate cuts in 2024? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Let's check out this Yahoo Finance article discussing interest rate cuts, or predictions, tips from economists that will see rate cuts in 2024. Now, if you're sitting there begging or holding on or desperately waiting for these cuts as the only, expecting it to go down to 0.1 as the only way to hold on to your house or your property or investment, I honestly doubt you'll be one of the audience that watches this channel regularly because, well, most of us realize that the 0.1% was a complete and utter once-in-a-lifetime fantasy. And the only people that didn't lock it in thought it was going to go negative. Or then you had everyone else who believed the rhetoric coming out of the media that would just take part of a soundbite from the Reserve Bank governor and run with it. And then everyone reads the headlines, watches their TikTok influencers, and makes life-changing decisions. So let's have a look. Economists tip the RBA interest rate cuts in 2024, and here's when. 1 in 3 experts are forecasting a cash rate cut by August. So that's the majority aren't. It's good news on the horizon for mortgage holders, with some experts forecasting the Reserve Bank will start cutting interest rates by August. Almost all of the 17 experts surveyed for Finder's RBA cash rate survey this month believe the central bank would hold the cash rate steady at 4.35% in February. It falls lower than expected inflation figures last week, with annual inflation dropping to 4.3% in November, down from 4.9% in October, at an 8.4% peak in December 22. The December inflation data is set to be released on January 31. Finder, head of consumer research, Graham Cook, said many homeowners were in need of urgent reprieve. Homeowners are still reeling from the 13 rate cuts over the last 2 years. Our data shows 40% are struggling to pay their mortgage in December. You've got to remember their data is based on the surveys that they undertake, and you've got a proportion of people of about 1,000. So I'd love to get a bit more information on how they ensure they have an adequate cross-section of mortgage holders. I mean, if I were to ask that question, you know what? I will. Hang on. I'll ask that question on my channel, and we'll see what the difference is. I'll go to community. Here we go. What's it? EV. I want to do a video about this one, about the EVs. Oh boy. So, did you struggle to pay your mortgage in December? Now, this is not going to be yes, no. There you go. This is not going to be an accurate representation of mortgage holders in Australia. It's going to be a representation of mortgage holders that happen to vote on this poll, that happen to watch Heiser Says. The majority of you are Aussies, sure, about 86%. Most of you are male, my age and above. So, but it'll be interesting to see if 40% of you are struggling to pay your mortgage. Interest rates have soared from a record low of 0.1% to 4.35% since May 22, adding $1,349 more per month to a $600,000 mortgage. So when interest rates are going down, here's the thing: what's going to be the saddest thing, part of this whole situation is going to be the young people who dove into the market, probably pushed themselves right to the limit with their deposit and their super and everything else they could, and are now hitting really high rates compared to those 0.1%, or believed rates wouldn't increase until 2024. So they've lost 4 years of hitting that really hard. 1 in 3 experts surveyed by Finder believe the RBA would cut interest rates by at least August this year. However, a big majority, 40%, didn't expect the RBA would start cutting rates until December 2024 or later. AMP chief economist Shane Oliver is expecting the RBA would start lowering interest rates in June. Oliver is forecasting 3 interest rate cuts in 2024, bringing the cash rate down to 3.6% by the end of the year. We expect a combination of falling December inflation data, weak December retail spending, and a rising trend in unemployment to head off another rate hike in February, Oliver said. What do you reckon, guys? You think we'll see a rate hike or a cut? So we expect a combination. Yep, okay. By June, enough evidence of weak growth and falling inflation will have accumulated to enable the RBA to start cutting rates. CBA chief economist Stephen Hammelrich is expecting the RBA will start cutting rates in September, with 3 interest rate cuts expected in 24 and another 3 in 25. Rate cuts to start in September 24 as inflation forecasts are consistent with inflation in target, he said. Moody's Analytics and economist Harry Murphy-Cruz expects the RBA will start cutting interest rates in the second half of the year. While the RBA has broken the back of price pressures, inflation is still a mile away from the bank's 2.5% target. What's more, service inflation is proving sticky, meaning future improvements might be slow going, Murphy said. That'll see interest rates stay elevated a while longer, with households and businesses having to wait until the second half of the year until the RBA eases up. Finder's cost of living pressure gauge found Aussie households were currently sitting in the extreme pressure range at 79%, an increase of 1% from the month before. The RBA is set to hand down their decision on the February 6th. So there we go. So we'll have a look here. It's been 3 minutes and 10 people have voted. And 50% struggle to pay their mortgage in December. We'll update that. There you go, still 40%. Maybe Finder's on the money. Or maybe it could just be December. So the votes didn't change and the number did. What happened there? Someone changed their vote. Hang on, we'll refresh. There you go. What we'll do is we'll go back to this in a couple of days and we'll see what comments and suggestions people have. Let's have a bit of a chat about this. I mean, what can you do if you're really, really struggling? What did we do? First thing you have to do is make sure you've done a budget. No, not even that. Not even a budget. You need to find out where your money's going. If you haven't got an idea of where all your money is going, you need to map it out and check it. Go through your bank statements, go through your credit card statements, see where all the money is going. Look at what money you have coming in and where you're spending it. And then look for costs or expenses you can instantly get rid of. All these subscriptions and luxury items. The Apple Arcade, the Netflix, all of these things, ditch them all. The gym membership, ditch it all. And then once you do that, look at your debts that you have that's pulling money out every month and see what you can attack. There's the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. They're 2 methods that people use to pay off the debts. The smartest, most mathematically inclined way is to pay the highest interest and chip that away. If you want to actually get a victory, faster is to get the smallest debt and just hit it off. See, that's the thing. I wonder how many of the people that are struggling with their mortgage in December also have a whole lot of other debts. That's probably another question I'll have to ask. Because it's a lot easier paying even a big mortgage bill when you don't have a credit card bill, when you don't have a car lease, when you don't have all of these other expenses. And I've been watching too much Dave Ramsey of people having the insane car lease and then getting rid of it and driving a shitbox. I mean, does anyone really care? If you've got a friend and you know they drive a shitbox and they're telling you, yeah, I'm paying off debt, getting ahead, you're not going to care. You if anything, you'll congratulate them for their maturity, stepping up and you should be encouraging them and supporting them. It's only the fantasy of some douchebag that you don't even like that you're not going to care about. Every sensible person would respect the journey to financial independence. Have a look here. It's been 6 minutes now, and hang on. Now it's 28% yes and 72% no. And no one's left comments. I should have said, please share your stories, guys. But anyway, we'll do merge back to here. So there we go. Those would be some suggestions I would make. Just first thing is just to get a handle on where all your money's going. A lot of people don't even have that. They'll tell you to write a budget. Before you even get to that point, you need to know what you're actually spending. And if you'd be amazed at how much all of these little bits of money, $5 here, $3 here, $2 here, really adds up. And then you can flip that on the head. You can use that to. It's a special superpower. It's I call it pocket money investing. Or pocket money paying off debt. I was chucking into the mortgage every time. I found $2 here, $5 here. I sell some scrap metal here. Just boom, throw it off. Now, since we're fixed, I've been investing with the goal. Okay, get $100 dividend income a month. Okay, $200, $300, fine, and just build it up. Just with all these little amounts that you don't even notice, then it just grows. And then all of a sudden you've got something that's going to provide you an extra level of security. But yeah, first step, find out where the money's going. And please, guys, I'd appreciate what advice you'd give someone in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.